All right, welcome back. You know the drill. We're diving deep today.
Deep, deep.
Yeah, into a world of information, pulling out the gems, the real valuable stuff that can make you, the listener, truly knowledgeable without having to wade through a whole ocean of text.
That's right. We're all about efficiency here, cutting through the noise, getting to the heart of the matter, giving you those aha moments.
Exactly. And today, that matter is positivity. And our trusty guide is Kristen Butler's 3-Minute Positivity Journal. Boost your mood, train your mind, change your life.
Yes, I love that title. It's very action-oriented,
It is. And the journal itself is packed with these daily prompts and activities all about building a more positive, a more positive outlook on life.
More positive life.
Right. So our mission, should we choose to accept it, is to really understand what this journal is all about. What does it actually say about positivity? What are the key takeaways, the things we can actually use?
Yeah, the practical stuff. How can our listeners apply these ideas to their own lives for a little boost of well-being?
Exactly. And what struck me right away about this journal, it's not just about, slapping on a smile and pretending everything's peachy. It's about actively building a positive mindset through habits.
Ah, yes. Habits, the building blocks of everything, really.
Right. So let's start by tackling some of those common misconceptions about positivity that the journal addresses head on.
Yeah, because I think, the word positivity can sometimes get a bad rap. It can evoke these images of unrealistic optimism or ignoring real problems.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely not about ignoring negative emotions, right?
Yes.
Like, the journal makes that very clear. Those feelings are there for a reason. They often point to something that needs attention, something that needs to be worked through.
Right. They're like little messengers, kind of like, hey, pay attention over here. Something needs adjusting.
Exactly. And it's not about being some kind of, perfectly happy robot.
Right. Positive vibes only all the time.
Yeah. We're human. We mess up. We have bad days. The journal is really big on self-compassion, being kind to yourself, learning from your mistakes.
I think that's so important. It's about giving yourself permission to be human, to experience the full range of emotions.
Right. And it's not about toxic positivity either. That whole pretending everything's fine when it's really not.
Oh, yeah. That's a slippery slope.
It is. The journal acknowledges that life has challenges. It has pain. Positivity, in this context, is more like a tool, a way to navigate those tough times.
Right. It's about resilience, about finding ways to move forward even when things are difficult.
And here's an interesting one. The journal argues that positivity is not selfish.
Oh, that's a good one. I think a lot of people might assume that, focusing on your own happiness is somehow, taking away from others.
Yeah. And there's that Wayne Dyer quote in the journal, if you don't love yourself, nobody will. Not only that, you won't be good at loving anyone else. Loving starts with the self.
That's powerful. It suggests that taking care of your own well-being actually is a prerequisite for taking care of others. You can't pour from an empty cup, right?
Exactly. Okay, so we've talked about what positivity is not. Now let's dive into what it is according to this journal.
Let's do it.
And one of the major themes that jumps out is gratitude.
Oh, gratitude. That's a big one. It's like the foundation of so much.
It really seems to be. And the journal makes the case that gratitude is like essential for happiness, for inner growth, for just, feeling content.
And there's even some science to back it up, right? The journal mentions Harvard Health, and they've done a ton of research on gratitude. And basically what they've found is that, people who practice gratitude tend to be happier, healthier, and more resilient.
It's like training your brain to focus on the good, And the journal gives some really practical ways to do that, like being thankful for past experiences, even the tough ones, because they taught you something.
Right. It's about finding the silver lining, the lessons learned.
And also recognizing that nothing is permanent.
Oh.
So appreciating what you have in this moment, because it might not be there tomorrow.
That's a great point. It's like reminding yourself to savor the present moment, to really be here now.
Another key element of positivity in the journal is how it boosts self-esteem.
Oh, yeah. Self-esteem, that's huge.
It is. And it connects positive thinking to building a healthy self-image and practicing positive self-talk.
Right. It's about replacing those negative thoughts, those self-critical voices, with more positive and empowering affirmations.
And finally, the journal presents positivity as a vital tool for overall well-being.
Holistic well-being, right. Mind, body, spirit.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that your thoughts and your emotions have a direct impact on your physical health.
Right. It's all connected.
Now, the journal doesn't just stop at these like abstract ideas.
Mhm.
It really emphasizes putting these principles into action through daily habits.
Ah, yes. Habits again. They're so important.
They are. And it lays out this equation. Thoughts plus beliefs plus words plus actions plus habits, life.
Wow, that's very concise. It really sums it up.
Does, doesn't it? And journaling itself is presented as a prime example of a positive habit. It mentioned all these benefits like reducing anxiety, managing stress, processing difficult emotions.
It's like taking all those thoughts and feelings that are swirling around in your head and putting them down on paper, which can like help you make sense of them and let go of them.
Exactly. And the key here, again, is consistency.
Yeah.
Doing it every day, even if it's just for a few minutes.
Right. It's about creating that ritual, that routine.
Now, let's be real. Negativity's still going to pop up, right?
Oh, yeah. Life happens.
And the journal offers a specific tool for working through it. It's called the RARE method.
Rare. Interesting. What does that stand for?
Recognize,
Mm.
accept, redefine, and evolve.
Oh, I like that. It's like a roadmap for dealing with those negative moments.
It is. So recognize. The first step is all about becoming aware of those negative thoughts and emotions, identifying those triggers that set them off.
Right. It's about shining a light on those patterns that are often running in the background, without us even realizing it.
And then accept. This is about acknowledging that negativity is present, but not necessarily buying into it.
Right. Accepting doesn't mean agreeing. It's more like, okay, I see you negativity, but I'm not going to let you control me.
Exactly. And then redefine. This is about changing the way you view those negative situations.
Oh, that's powerful. It's like taking that negative narrative and flipping it on its head.
Yeah, yeah. And the journal gives this great example of interpreting bullying. Like maybe it wasn't about you at all. Maybe it was about the bully's own insecurities.
Oh, wow. That's a great shift in perspective.
And it talks about using positive affirmations to reprogram your mind,
Yeah.
to create a more empowering story.
Right. It's like rewriting the script of your life.
And finally, evolve. This is about using those challenges as opportunities for growth.
It's about becoming a stronger, more resilient version of yourself.
Exactly. Now, the journal itself is structured around daily entries, starting with morning intentions.
Oh, morning routines. I love a good morning routine.
Yeah, they can be game changers, right? And the journal emphasizes how important that morning routine is for setting the tone for your whole day.
Right. It's like priming your mind for positivity from the moment you wake up.
And the morning entries are quite detailed. They include an inspirational quote, a mental health check-in, a gratitude check, daily affirmations.
Oh, I love affirmations. They're so powerful.
They are. And it even mentions Louise Hay's mirror work, looking at yourself in the mirror and saying those positive affirmations out loud.
It's about like really embodying those positive beliefs.
And then there's goal setting for the day and space for any additional thoughts and reflections.
Wow, it's like a whole mini self-care session before you even start your day.
It really is. And then just as important are the evening reflections.
Yes. Winding down the day on a positive note.
Right. And the journal explains that evenings are a really good time to access your subconscious mind because your brainwaves slow down before sleep.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's like planting those positive seeds right before you drift off.
Exactly. And the evening entries are similar to the morning ones in some ways. There's another inspirational quote, another gratitude check.
Always good to end the day with gratitude.
Right. And then a wellness check, which covers things like exercise, time in nature, meditation, nutrition, sleep, water intake.
It's like a little accountability check-in to make sure you're taking care of yourself holistically.
And then another mental health check, focusing on how you're feeling and what you might need to let go of before you go to sleep.
Oh, that's important. Clearing out those mental cobwebs before you rest.
And then there's a positivity prompt, a different question each day to encourage reflection, and a wins for the day section, where you acknowledge 3 things you accomplished, no matter how small.
It's like celebrating those little victories, those small wins that often go unnoticed.
And of course, more space for thoughts and notes.
Always good to have a space to just like let your mind wander and see what comes up.
Finally, the journal is structured as a 60-day journey.
60 days. That's interesting. Why that time frame?
Well, it's often said that it takes about 60 days to form a new habit.
Oh, that makes sense. So it's like giving you a structured program to really integrate these positive practices into your life.
Exactly. And at the end of the provided pages, there are these final reflection questions.
Oh, that's a good idea. It's like taking a step back and assessing the journey.
Right. Questions like, has my life changed positively? What have I learned about myself? What new habits have I developed?
It's about like really taking stock of the progress you've made and the impact this journey has had on you.
So to bring this deep dive into the 3-minute positivity journal to a close, we've seen that positivity, as this journal presents it, is an active practice. It's about cultivating gratitude, nurturing your self-esteem, prioritizing your well-being.
And it's not about ignoring the negative, but about understanding it, processing it, and using it as an opportunity for growth.
Exactly. And it's built through consistent daily habits, like those morning intentions and evening reflections that the journal lays out.
It's a structured, intentional approach to creating a more positive and fulfilling life.
So for you, the listener, here's something to consider. What's one small positive habit you could start today? Maybe it's taking a few minutes each morning to appreciate what you're grateful for, or maybe it's reflecting on a small win at the end of each day. And pay attention to how it makes you feel. Does it shift your mood? Does it make you feel a little bit lighter? And maybe even explore journaling as a tool to help you on this journey. See what happens when you start to intentionally cultivate more positivity in your life.
And you never know, it might just change everything.
It just might. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.
Keep exploring.
And keep those positive vibes flowing.
Go.